Okay already. All right, so I hope that's all clear. And to officially welcome you and give the opening remarks, we have with us Ms. Queena Ke, who is the business unit head for Cube. So I will now be passing you over to her. So Ms. Queena.
Yes, yes. Is my audio clear, Lisan?
Yes, Ms. Queena, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Again, good morning, everyone, and thank you for the time to join us today for our virtual event, The Digital Doctor is In, where we talk all about healthcare on the cloud. Throughout this pandemic, we have already hosted a series of free webinars to introduce different kinds of solutions across different industries as we aim for a better and safer way of operating in the new normal. The same goes for our today's webinar, which addresses especially for our healthcare industry. We know that keeping our patients and professional staffs safe are important, and the same can be said in our drive to deliver quality services on the best way we can. So with this, we hope that today's session will be a great help to you as we learn how we can maximize the cloud technology in improving our healthcare delivery to our patients. For our audiences that may not be from the healthcare sector, we hope that this webinar can also help your company identify which applications you can adapt for your operations as well. So again, I welcome everyone today and hope you enjoy the rest of the session.
All right, so thank you, Ms. Queena. So let's move on with the presentations. Let's get down to it. So we have with us, like what I said earlier, we have the VBusiness team with us, and we have quite a few with them. So thank you for being here. First up is actually Miss Athena, who'll be giving you a quick overview of who VBusiness is and what they can do for you. So calling on Miss Athena, a cloud account specialist. So hi,
Hello,
Athena, are
good
you there?
morning. Good
Yes.
morning.
Morning.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Please go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so good morning, everyone. So first of all, I'd like to introduce myself. So I'm Athena Riza Balanay, Cloud Account Specialist of ValueLine. So I hope everyone is doing fine because today I'll be discussing about the company overview and who we are. Then after that, let's have a short use case for healthcare. Okay. Okay, so let's proceed. So I'll begin with the company overview. So Value Line, we've been serving for 20 years in the industry, and we also have 20 years of IT experience and expertise. So our mother company is Value Line, who started way back year 2000 as an IBM business partner, and with the emerging shift of technology, and also we've noticed that the technology trend would be on cloud. So then we became the pioneer user of Amazon Cloud Web Services in the Philippines, and also we became the advanced technology partner of AWS here in our country. So as ValueLine continues to grow, we have also created a new business subsidiary, and these are the spin-off companies under ValueLine. So first, we have the VBusiness, who started as a department of ValueLine that focus on Amazon Web Services as a standard technology partner way back year 2013. And we've also developed our homegrown applications running on AWS, such as ExaCRM, YezPo Chatbot, Ernest, and Sunrise Media. We've also been awarded as a technology partner, authorized public sector partner, and professional service partner. And in year 2019, we also became the advanced consulting partner of AWS. And as of yesterday, we are grateful to announce that we've been awarded as the service provider partner or solutions provider partner of AWS in the Philippines. Okay, so next is we have the Strict Lab Solutions Inc. So that focuses on business innovations and implementations. So the company has an expertise on website and application development using AWS Cloud platform. The company is consisting of certified solutions architect, DevOps engineer, developers, programmers, project managers, and QA team. So lastly, we have the B1G2 Technologies. So this company is the exclusive distributor of Node32 or the ESET antivirus here in the Philippines. Okay, so Valueline is also an ISO certified, which are the ISO 9001 and the ISO 27001. So 9001, which stands for the Quality Management Systems, and the 27001, which stands for the Information Security Management. Okay. So now let's proceed to the use case of healthcare of one of our healthcare customer. So we have actually two scenarios for this customer. So number one is the on-premise to cloud migration. So actually, this customer has its growing partners or partner hospitals. So currently, we're managing 10 to 13 hospitals. So the challenge that they had encountered before are the management of website, traffic, website downtime, and of course, especially the security. So what we did in VBusiness, we moved the LOBs or the line of business or these partner hospitals, websites, and email hosting to a consolidated shared hosting in cloud, where in a single control panel, a customer can manage and monitor multiple domains, website, and email hosting. So the hosting infrastructure provided the customer its much needed compliance and additional security at a lower cost versus investing on a hardware. So what we achieved or what are the benefits of this customer? So first is the cost saving. So instead of investing on a new hardware, it's cheaper and secured to invest in AWS because of the pay-as-you-go pricing. So next is we also enhance the security wherein we consider different layer of security. Such as web application firewall, and then we also added CloudFront for web caching. Okay, so next is no downtime and managed services, wherein the hospitals has nothing to worry about the managing their infrastructure because as part of our services, we do it for them. We provide reports, updates, and also recommendations. Okay, so AWS is also HIPAA compliant or the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. So meaning it enables company that is subject for HIPAA compliant to use the secure AWS environment to process, maintain, and store protected health information. So lastly, we have the data privacy. So AWS is also complied with Data Privacy Act 2012 of the Philippines, and also its implementing rules and regulations or the IRR. So including when personal data is transferred internationally for processing. Okay, so next scenario is the cloud-to-cloud migration. So as part of the roadmap of this client, they have decided to maintain their own shared infrastructure or organizations with a same level of security that we had provided to their previous shared hosting facility or to our shared hosting facility. So aside from what I have mentioned before about the benefits and what we have achieved to this customer, so here are the additional benefits that they had attained. So first is the centralized hosting and the managed and they were able to manage the cost and optimize their usage. Okay, so that ends my presentation. So so that was the introduction of who is VBusiness and a sample use case for healthcare. So now Miss Hazel Jimena will talk about the YezPo Chatbot solution for healthcare.
Good morning. Can you see my screen now?
Hi, Miss Hazel. Yes, we can.
How about my audio? It's clear?
Yes, all good. Please go ahead.
Wait. All right. Good morning to everyone. Let me start this webinar by introducing myself. I'm Hazel Jimena, Business Unit Head for the Enterprise Security Solutions in VBusiness. And our topic for today is all about YezPo Chatbot solution. So with the tagline of bringing healthcare experience right at your fingertips. Okay. Let me share with you some trends during this pandemic in healthcare industry. I know most of you already encountered those terms to our daily lives now. So telemedicine, it is pursuant to our Republic Act number 11332 issued by our President, declaring a state of public emergency. It is a circular enable patients to receive health services while staying at home, except for serious conditions and emergency cases. Digitization or automation, most of the healthcare is now embracing the technology to enhance and improve services. Online appointment systems and online results online and e-declaration forms are the best use case that healthcare institutions starting to implement to lessen people interactions. The third one is the contact tracing. It is an effective tool like contact tracing apps like QR codes to help us to identify and provide support to people who have been infected through exposure to the patient. It is a core disease control measure also. So what is chatbot? I would like to introduce to you our very own YezPo Chatbot. Actually, what is chatbot solution? It is a program designed to simulate human conversation over the internet. It has an artificial intelligence that can be embedded and used to our major messaging applications. So mainly, it is used as customer service assistance. YezPo Chatbot can be integrated into Facebook Messenger and company website also. YezPo Chatbot enables 24/7 real-time automated response to assist inquiries and answer FAQs. It is made to provide information and updates anytime, anywhere. So with chatbot solution, we can do contact tracing with the template solutions that we can input to the system. We can do data analytics of who has been contact with COVID-19 positive patient for the last 14 days. And online medical consultation, providing an online medical assistance template for symptoms checking and for the next steps to do with the more accessible. Online doctors can also be in a live support and possibly get instantly e-reseta after the live consultation. So with our YezPo Chatbot solutions, we have 3 types of chatbot. Number 1 is informational. Normally, it is FAQs, stories, and notifications. While transactional allow users to complete transactions online, like hotel booking, which requires also integration to your current DB or your applications. And third one is the advisory chatbot. It can be a self-learning chatbot, for example, marketing events, blasting, notifications, like that. How can we help the healthcare industry through our YezPo Chatbot? As I've said earlier, telemedicine for health consultation. Number 2, instant solution for the FAQs. If you need a 24/7 availability. And also for appointment booking and increased patient engagement. Especially with this crisis that we are facing right now, we need a tool to help or lessen our expenses, also hiring people to focus on technology, 24/7 handling customer inquiries and complaints, and at least reduce manual efforts also. So what are the chatbot features? As I said earlier, it can be integrated with our Facebook Messenger platform, at the same time in website. We can set up phrases or predefine the corresponding answer to their queries. And number 3, define all the blocks with corresponding contents or information. Actually, it is customizable. And the live support, you can enable this portion for those inquiries that can answer by our chatbot. And number 5, you can integrate reports in Excel and PDF format in real time, like monthly or yearly, and it can do a data analytics. And number 6, broadcast message to specific groups. The chatbot can push notifications, events, announcement, promotions, etc. And in terms of security and compliance, data will not stored on end-user device, and it includes to end-to-end protection for both in-motion and at-rest data. So what are the benefits of chatbot solution? Number 1 is to increase productivity and efficiency. Number 2 is customer service online 24/7. Number 3 is an interactive marketing platform that you can use. And number 4, convenient and accurate customer experience. Number 5 is reduce manual efforts. You can also have an ability to forecast the right options, and of course, cost savings is the most important thing. Actually, I'm done with the chatbot portion, and let me share with you also the other essentials for the healthcare for the new normal now. So it is a perfect solution for our healthcare. So number 1 is text track solution. If you need a kind of OCR, the optical character recognition, if you want to still recognize the blurred documents, the typewritten images, handwritten like that, you need this solution. And then work mail, a managed service business email. And number 3 is the Amazon Chime, which is it is a platform for meetings, video conferencing, like that. So for now, thank you, and God bless all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hazel, and also thank you to Athena. So we hope you have a better understanding of who Value Line or VBusiness is, and we hope you got to appreciate their YezPo Chatbot even more. So there you have it. Do get in touch with them via their Facebook or website to learn more, or let us know in the feedback form if you want to schedule a one-on-one with them. We'd be glad to connect you. Okay, so let's move on to the next part of our presentation, or of our session. So before we have another speaker, we'll do a quick poll. So let us launch it. Okay, so our question for you is, are you currently using a chatbot for your appointment booking in your hospital or your organization? So Is it a yes or is it a no? We'll give you maybe 30 seconds since it's just yes or no lang naman. So do you use chatbots for booking appointments? Yes or no? Okay, so I think majority have placed their votes. Maybe 5 more seconds. Okay, let us see what you guys answered on the poll. Okay, so from what you can see right now, so 73% of those who answered said no, they're not using chatbots for booking appointments, while 27% said yes. Okay, so there you have it. So that's actually our only question for today's. Okay. We shall now proceed to the next part of our session. So again, this whole session is presented to you by VBusiness and Amazon Web Services. So we do have a representative from AWS Philippines. We have Senior Partner Manager Marnie Tolosa, who will discuss transforming healthcare with you guys. So Marnie, are you there?
Hello, Lisan.
Good morning,
Can you hear
Marnie.
me?
Hi.
Hi, good
Yes,
morning.
loud and
Sorry,
clear.
I was on mute and I'm calling using my phone.
No worries. Please go ahead.
Yep. So good morning, everyone. And thank you for joining us for today's session with our valued partner value line. Thanks, Tala Quina, for the earlier presentation. So my name is Marnie Tolosa. I'm the Senior Partner Manager. I'm the Senior Partner Manager for AWS Philippines. And my presentation today is on how we help the healthcare industry transform using digital enhanced and data-driven healthcare. Especially the last 7 months, it has been very evident that having sufficient data allows us to service our patients better and our customers better. So it's important that even in healthcare, or more important than in healthcare, that it has to be a data-driven healthcare industry. So next slide, please. So let me start off who Amazon is, and with the statement coming from our CEO, from our mother company, Amazon, that's Jeff Bezos, that the success of Amazon has always been on putting our customer first and being able to help them invent and go through with them as they go through their journeys. So in the past 20 years, even in AWS, this has been the centerpiece. Customer obsession has been the centerpiece of our growth and our growth strategy. Next slide, please. So AWS is the cloud computing arm of Amazon. So even before AWS was there, Amazon has always believed on day one that cloud will be or is the technology strategy of Amazon moving forward. AWS came about in mid 2000 after years of good engagements in Amazon. And henceforth, we were asked by our customers of how can we actually offer the same cloud computing service that Amazon is using to our customers. Next slide, please. So in terms of healthcare, in terms of breadth and depth of healthcare in AWS, we usually work with the information technology team, but likewise, we've been engaging heavily with CDOs, chief digital officers, physicians, nurses, everyone who's involved in the healthcare industry, mainly because we wanted to understand where they're coming from, where their business is, and how do we help them and move forward. Next slide, please. And the center, as I mentioned a while back, the center of our universe will always be the customer. To our case, to the healthcare industry, the center of our universe is the patient or our patients. So regardless whether you are a hospital provider, you are a pharmaceutical, or you are a payer or an NGO, to us, you are very important to AWS, and we actually look at how can we help you in the different spectrums of healthcare or patient care. Next slide, please. So just to share with you some of our customers from different segments that I shared a while back, whether you are a payer, a healthcare provider, or an ISV. An ISV are those that are providing solutions to hospitals like Philips. We've seen their products or their solutions in hospitals. We also work with academe and also with government. The other piece that I'd like to share with you is the growing number of health tech startups that are partnering with AWS to support the healthcare industry. Next slide, please. So in order for us to support our global customers, we make sure that the footprint of our services and our solutions are located in all areas where they need access. So since we have over 1 million of active customers across the globe, we in supporting more than 2,000 government agencies and in more than 5,000 institutions, we have global footprints of how our services are being accessed and are being and supporting our different customers in the healthcare industry across 246 countries, including the Philippines. Next slide, please. So let me start off with, in terms of our solution offering, let me start off with this point, because security and compliance is very important for us. So job zero for us is to making sure that we help our customers in terms of security and healthcare. HIPAA, high trust, even GDPR is very important to us. So hello, Lisan. Sorry, my line is breaking. Can you hear
Hi,
me, Lisan?
Marnie. Yes, we can still hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So even on data privacy, this is very important for us and for our customers. So we make sure that all of our solutions, our offerings, our services comply with what the industry is needing and also what the country is needing in terms of GDPR and data privacy. Next slide, please. So with this, with security as a foundation, security and compliance as a foundation, we have a strategy in place to help you, our customers, become digitally enabled or digitally enhanced using data and or data-driven architecture. So there are 3 segments of our strategy. At the bottom, you will see them. One is we start off with IT cloud transformation, and I believe Tala and Quina shared this a while back, where most of our customers or all of our customers that we've helped we've helped them move up from their on-premise application to the cloud. And this is actually the start of the journey.
Hello, Marnie. Are you still there?
Yeah. So we start off with the foundation on IT cloud transformation. wherein it's important for us to help our customers have a secure foundation for their applications. One of the things that we found out is most of the hospitals, even in the Philippines, are either using VMware as their where their applications are running, and also using various systems to store, protect, optimize healthcare data. So it could start. We normally start with storage, or helping you store your data from your applications. It has grown to moving up your application to the cloud, especially during this time of the last 7 months, where we've seen remote support or remote work happening. It has been very evident in the last 7 months on the constraints that companies have on running their applications on an on-premise environment or within their IT infrastructure. And we've seen a lot of companies, even in healthcare, moving their applications to the cloud. And this is one specific area that that we could help you immediately as you go and grow your data and moving them to the cloud. We've also seen having a hybrid setup, meaning there are portions that are running on AWS Cloud, and there are portions that still runs on your on-premise environment. And in this area, we actually hear and listen to our customers what would be the appropriate architecture needed to support you on this. And once you started migrating to the cloud or moving your applications to the cloud, the enablement and the enhancements is unlimited. Mainly because you have no more constraints anymore on the resources you need, resources in terms of compute, storage, and if you're using analytics, being able to run your reports and generate them as to how you would need it, we could support you. And this is part of our IT cloud transformation. And since data across all different systems that you have is already running on the cloud, we can then use this data to start doing predictive analytics or data analytics, wherein we could do either a clinical or an operations forecasting. And I'll share with you later on an example of how we do this. This particular segment is very evident in the last 7 months in projecting and analyzing the COVID situation. We've heard researchers from UP doing predictions and doing forecasts. And this is specifically where AWS and Valueline can actually help you. We start off with IT cloud transformation, and using that foundation, we can then help you bring forward to doing analytics, clinical and operations forecasting, to specifically address the needs of your patients, your business, and your customers. The last strategy that we have on digitally enhanced healthcare is on personalizing the health journey. So one of the things that we've seen is how the healthcare industry is redefining what should be the patient experience as they come in, whether physical or remote. One of the things that we've seen also growing in the last 7 months is the growing need for teleconsultation or remote consultation, whether through video, through audio, through sharing of images. And this is an area where most of our customers are constrained with their on-premise environment and have actually been liberated and use this to run their health journey on the cloud. So whether it may be precision medicine or personalized care or patient engagement, we can help and go with you, understand your health journey or your patient journey to help and assist you. Next slide, please. So as I shared a while back, when we talk about IT cloud transformation, first thing that we actually help you with is on security. So majority of the industry has been affected on breaches and malware. And this is one specific area that we can help and sit down with you on how we could actually help you to secure your environment on AWS Cloud. I believe Quina mentioned a while back, one of the programs that Value Line has recently been awarded is the Solution Provider program. And this is one program that can help you working with Value Line in understanding what will be the best architecture for you running your applications on the cloud. Next slide, please. So on predicting healthcare related events, this is where data lakes and data analytics comes into play. Specifically understanding or baselining what would be the effective quality of information that you need to have to service your patients. So we also look at investigative predictive measures so that your clinical and operational environments would be able to be operated on a data-driven architecture or a data-driven process. Whether it's using through machine learning or deploying different models to help your doctors go through the different workflows and workloads, we could actually help you with that. And one specific example, next slide please, that I'd like to share with you is how we've actually helped GE Healthcare in revolutionizing the healthcare in partnership with AWS in the segments of artificial intelligence and analytics. Next slide, please. So this is a common situation or scenario that we see across the healthcare industry. I've interviewed and I've worked with a number of big hospitals and healthcare institutions in our country, and common to what I hear, common to what they share, is they have tons and tons and tons and tons of documents. Some would even take 2 rooms or 3 rooms full of documents, which are actually very important documents. However, the limitation is these are all in paper. So on average, we actually see 1.2 billion documents being created every year on average. And most of them are trapped within the paper, not being able to use and not being able to extract insights so that we may be able to help our patients in our service to our patients. Next slide, please. So one of the solutions or services that AWS has that have helped the healthcare industry is on extracting from audio transcriptions. As you know, we are one of the top 2 or top 3 medical transcription BPOs, and most of them are actually having audio transcriptions. Likewise, if a hospital or if a healthcare institution are using contact center solutions or such application, this is where our Amazon Transcribe Medical could actually help you extract data coming from your audio transcription. So it could be a microphone-enabled client. It can also be coupled with a chatbot, wherein whatever is discussed over audio will be able to be extracted from and use this and incorporate this as part of your data set. So imagine not just having information from your paper documents, even information from your audio transcriptions can actually be extracted and be used and be created an insight on to help us understand our patients better. Next slide, please. And just to share with you simply, how do we extract images from a recognition using Amazon Recognition? So a while back, the slide that I shared with you is extracting information from audio transcription. This time is extracting data or information from different images, whether these images will be coming from your CT scan, from your ECG, and most of the time, this is either on paper or on tape, magnetic tape, or on a separate drive to store that information. So we actually use Amazon Recognition to help you extract data coming from these images. 3 simple steps. 1, we do data labeling on the images. Second is we use machine learning to learn from what data that we've extracted from the images. And lastly is to create a model evaluation where we inference this data to provide you with the insights that you need specific to a patient or to a segment of patients. Next slide, please. So another service that I'd like to share with you where Value Line will be very helpful and valuable is on Amazon Text Rack. As I mentioned a while back, you may have 2 hospital rooms full of documents, and we'll be able to support you in extracting data from medical forms, whether it may be on paper or it may be on PDF or any form that you have. So this could be OCR. These are OCR related, and there are several mechanisms that we have to help you extract data coming from these medical forms. What we help our customers with is on the cycle time to get data out, so that you could actually have a faster decision time for a specific patient or segments of patients. Next slide, please. So once we have all this data coming from audio, coming from images, coming from medical forms, the next question is, how do we make sense of all this data? And there's one particular service in our AIML strategy, which is Amazon Comprehend Medical, where we actually use natural language processing so that we may be able to create entities in terms of medication, medical condition of patients, test treatments and procedures done with the patients, and so forth and so on, to coming up with relationship extraction specific to a particular sickness. So, for example, in a particular scenario that you have, you see a growing trend of, let's say, cancer patients. And this is where we actually use the entities and create relationships with this extracted information so that we may be able to look at effective diagnosis of these patients using the insights that we are able to generate from. And this specifically is supported by HIPAA, as we are very supportive on most, if not all, of the medical associations and institutions globally. Next slide, please. So this is an example of a clinical data. So this could be the data of a patient where a nurse or a doctor is actually filling up the form and creating that report, that patient report. Next slide, please. And what we do is using our services, we'll be able to extract insights from and create entities such as demographics, disease indicators, or even prescription, or even combination of the 3. So demographics could include geography, gender, age, and health history, which is common to all patient reports or medical reports or clinical reports. Also in the report, we can see disease indicators, anatomy, symptoms, diagnosis. The challenge that the healthcare industry has is we have all this data about of all our patients, but having this on an aggregate level or collective level is a challenge. So that we may be able to see whether there's a pattern that we need to see and address immediately. Even that of medication. In some hospitals or healthcare institutions that we have supported, they've actually used these insights to also support their supply chain. Supply chain in terms of medicines needed and doctors needed outside of their institution. Next slide, please. And just to quote one of our customers from Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center, wherein curing cancer has always been a challenge, but the important thing here is being able to use data, process data using clinical trials and connecting them to the right entities so that we may be able to support not just the cancer patient, but the cancer institution. Next slide, please. And lastly, from our strategy is personalizing the health journey. We have 3 specific scenarios where, specific to COVID, we have a scenario called the digital front door, where we are helping healthcare institutions use technology or use cloud and digital to support their teleconsult or telehealth or telemedicine innovation or programs. We also have digital therapeutics. I know it's been a long wait for e-prescription, but more than e-prescription is being able to understand the different available therapeutics needed to support the patient. And lastly, precision medicine, which uses advanced learning and data science to better understand not just a patient, but across groups of hospitals that could actually help both doctors and patients. This is matching patients with treatments more likely to benefit them, not just at that point of care, but at the point of wellness. Next slide, please. So we've actually seen artificial intelligence helping our customers. It could be as simple as a chatbot to what our team from ValueLine has shared a while back, or it could be as simple as extracting data from audio, video, image, or medical forms coming from your EMR, or it could be as complex as that of using Alexa for healthcare services. Next slide, please. So more than the support that we provide patients and hospitals, AWS is also committed in the healthcare industry in providing them of what we call a data exchange. A data exchange is a public exchange where data can actually be stored and shared amongst researchers to help them come up with programs that will support a bigger set of patients. This could go across countries. This could go not just within the boundaries of a country, and this can also be launched and supported by both government and private institutions. Next slide, please. So one specific example of this data exchange is during the onset of COVID in early or late March and early April, the industry has been clamoring on the availability of data and creating insights from this data to help them fight against COVID. So in this particular aspect, AWS has actually helped globally in using the resources that we have, the services that I mentioned a while back, to support coronavirus diagnosis, research, and innovation. So there are three areas that we've actually used our own technologies to power and fight COVID. So these are improving diagnosis, creating an open data for better decision, and providing support on research. Next slide, please. So in improving diagnosis, as I shared a while back, this is one or a number of hospitals that we've actually helped create a model that would help them with their diagnosis. This is with the University of British Columbia in partnership with the Vancouver General Hospital and Vancouver Coastal Health Research Institute. So this is not just working with a hospital, it's working within the ecosystem within Vancouver to help them with the fight of COVID. And the help that AWS specifically provided this ecosystem is the use of an open source artificial intelligence model that would look at patterns of white spots in lung scans. As we know, in the early days of COVID, X-rays or CT scans of the lungs is one of the things that's being looked at to determine whether the patient has coronavirus or not. And this is where we actually extracted data from the images coming from the scans to see and come up with links of the severity of the infection. So this method was also developed in partnership with the Cloud Innovation Center of the University of British Columbia. Where I could relate this to the Philippines is working with our hopefully we could work with our research centers, both private and public, and working with hospitals and medical institutions to provide the same analytical model to look at specific links and insights from these infections. So the project is part of the Global Diagnostic Development Initiative that AWS started in March of this year. Next slide, please. The second is on using open data for better decisions. So this is available publicly, this AWS Data Exchange, where we share information across the globe, across all countries that have participated in our data exchange, to better understand not just at the medical point of view, but likewise at the business and economic point of view. So this will help both medical institutions and government agencies and even private corporations to understand how they would be better equipped in fighting and preparing for the new normal. In this particular data exchange, we've actually created an AWS COVID-19 data lake. These are up to date, created information coming from all countries. For example, in our country, created information coming from DOH and all institutions that provide COVID information. So you could visit this. You could search this AWS Data Exchange and AWS COVID-19 Data Lake, and if you find it useful, try to be part of that data exchange, so that you could actually share your insights from the information that you could get from the data exchange. Next slide, please. And lastly, supporting research. So AWS, even before COVID, has been supporting healthcare in terms of research. And specific to COVID, AWS has actually used all of our tools to speed up research on COVID-19. One of these program is called COVID-19 Search, where it uses machine learning to process a natural language question that would involve tens and tens of thousands of documents in a database. And typically, this would take us months to actually get insights from. In this particular juncture, time is of essence. So I could actually extract data and run this data insights from coming from tens of thousands of documents in less than a day. So even imagine from months of coming up with these insights to just coming up on within days or even less than a day. So this particular search engine is unique to these are unique searches coming from 76 countries in the last within the last 7 weeks, and you could actually go and visit this particular site, and we also contributed, or AWS also contributed to the COVID-19 High Performance Computing Consortium, where AWS has provided the platform needed by the academe, the industry, in terms of compute resource and storage resource to help better fight and enable healthcare institutions to fight against COVID-19. This particular area, we were able to shorten the time to determine the optimal ways to make the research faster from months to weeks to days. With that, I'd like to end my presentation, and thank you for listening to our presentation together with our partner Value Line. Lisan, passing the floor to you.
Thank you, Marnie. So thank you to our speakers, Athena, Hazel, and Marnie. So now we'll be proceeding to our Q&A part. But before that, I would actually also like to acknowledge in attendance are Delphine Yu and Lillian Yap from the public sector of Amazon Web Services. So hi, Delphine and Lillian. Great to have you with us this morning. Okay, so we hope you are listening because we're actually going to play a quick game before the Q&A. And so this game is called Fast Fingers. So it's very, very simple. All you have to do is actually answer the question correctly at the fastest time. So basically, paunahan. So we'll only be accepting one winner per question. So we hope you're ready. Don't worry, the questions are not that hard, but it will really put what you learned today to the test. So just to check if you're listening. And of course, we have prizes. So I hope you're excited for that. Okay, game. So can we test that everyone knows where to type in their answers? Can you send us a hello on the chat box and the question or chat box? Just so we know that you guys are ready and you guys know where to submit your answers. Okay, so I see a few. So I'm guessing, okay, we have a few more. All right, so whoever wants to participate, please do participate. Again, we have prizes for everyone. Well, not for everyone, just our winners. So we hope you do participate. Okay, game, let's get started. So our first question is, what is the name of VBusiness Chatbot, of the VBusiness Chatbot solution as presented by Ms. Hazel? Okay, someone is really, really fast and someone's listening. So we already have our winner. So we have Ms. Corazon. So you were really fast. So congratulations, you got that point. So it's actually YezPo, Yes with a Z. So thank you to everyone who participated. But for those who didn't win, it's okay. We have another question. So, all right. Next is What is identify this? It is a fully managed ML service that automatically extracts text, data, forms, tables, and varied formats at an average of 10 times savings of processing costs. So what is this service? Okay, I think I see the answer already. So I'll give chance to the others. So what is this manage managed machine learning service? Okay, I think we can show the answer. It's Amazon Text Track. So we do someone did get it right and really quickly too. So Sir Eddie Sistoso, congratulations. All right, so there you have it. Okay, so last, true or false? So guys, you can only, there's a 50% chance of you getting this right. You just have to make sure you're the, and I see answers already, hindi ko pa nababasa. Okay, so let me just read it. True or false, Lex, AWS AI builds conversational interfaces into any application using voice only. So I've seen Mia, let's show the answer. And the answer is false. So the correct answer is false because Lex, AWS AI, builds conversational interfaces into any application using voice and text. So we actually are, the winner of this is Sir Danilo Antonio. So congratulations to you. You were the first person to get the question, answer the question correctly. All right. So, okay, I think that was it. So, winners, we have Ms. Corazon, Sir Eddie, and Sir Danila. Congratulations, you have won yourselves Food Panda vouchers. So, thank you to Value Line for those. All right. So thank you everyone for participating, and we hope through our questions, through our quick game, it clarified even more it clarified some things that were presented earlier there. Okay, so let's proceed to our Q&A. In our panel, we have Sir Edison de Guzman, who is the president of VBusiness, and we welcome back Miss Queena, Athena, and Miss Hazel, and of course, Marnie of AWS. So welcome back, guys. We have some questions for you. So our first question is, how do you prepare a healthcare facility in moving from on-premise to cloud? What will be the expected challenges for them? So there. So maybe let's start with Sir Edison or Marnie, whoever wants to take a stab at it first. So hello.
Hello, Lasan. Good
Hi,
morning.
Sir Edison. Good morning. Yes. So our question is, how do you prepare a healthcare facility in moving from on-premise to cloud? And what are the expected challenges?
Yeah, I'd like to give a point of view based on the experience that we had to some of the healthcare industry that we help with.
Sure.
During their journey, what we did is we helped them assess on the current business applications that they have. So what are the priorities? What are the applications that are very critical to them? We lay down all the risks and all the success criteria that we can achieve. Example, we start with their web applications initially. So that are non-critical applications. So upon successfully moving to AWS, then we go to their core application. So that is the example of use case we did to some of the largest healthcare. On the other thing, when we do the migration, of course, we have a template wherein we can do consulting. We do the deep dive assessment and analysis because there's a lot of difference from on-premise application moving to the cloud. So there is what we call example, the lift and shift. So we will just move the application from the current state going to AWS, but we have this what we call optimizations wherein we can again assess the application, how we can make it more improved and have a lot of savings, because moving to AWS, if you can adjust the application, it will give you a lot of better benefit like savings, more secure, less management, something like that. Yeah, it depends on the priorities of the healthcare, and then from there we will come up with a solution. So with the help of our team, the solutions architect, the development team, and the implementations team. So we have those skilled team that can really help the customers for that. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Sir Edison. Marnie, do we have Marnie here?
Yep.
Anything
Yes.
to
I
add?
think. Yep. Just to add to Sir Edison's point of view, I share the same, and it's good that as I mentioned a while back, we listen to our customers on what their current environment is. So baselining is actually important for us with our customers, because it allows us to understand if there are any constraints, risks, and such. The programs that Edison has shared a while back are good testaments to how they have done successfully several migrations from on-premise to cloud. And we know that each customer is unique, and that's the reason why we spend time in listening and assessing the current environment, so that we could provide, similar to a doctor, we could provide the necessary prescription, and even if there are any risks involved, share those with you, so that you would have a more meaningful decision on how you'll be moving it. Just to add, normally what we've seen in the healthcare industry locally is the immediate engagement is on storage. Because of the tons of information that they have, this is the fastest probably solution that most healthcare institutions are grabbing and asking for help because of the growing data that needs to be stored. But more than just storage, it now elevates the discussion from storage to data and data lakes and data insights. Similar to what I shared a while back, our strategy for the healthcare industry. So those are just points that I'd like to add to what Edison has shared a while back. Lisan?
All right. Thank you, Marnie, for that. And thank you, Sir Edison. So we hope that was helpful to everyone. So if you're planning to move from on-premise to cloud, those are the things to consider. And if you are considering, we hope that let us know, so that we can actually get in touch with you and discuss your requirements and scope scope the project even more. Okay. So next, our next question is about YezPo. So maybe Miss Hazel can answer this, or Miss Quina. So could you give an example or a use case of any of your, you don't have to name your customer, but of your customer who has utilized YezPo already in their business? So like what were the results? Just an example of it.
Let me answer those questions.
Sure.
Hello.
Sure, Ms. Hazel. Yes, go ahead.
One of the use case that our customers is using, they use it for government procurement, and mostly it answer all of the questions, including frequently asked questions. So mostly our frequently asked questions when it comes to biddings, when it comes to inquiries related to procurement of products and services. So it's a perfect also use case for that. And as I said earlier, for healthcare also, it is more convenient to use it for appointment system, because there's a lot of challenges now in creating or engaging with online doctors right now. So we have to create online facility, which is an appointment system. And at the same time, they will accommodate all of the customers' inquiry, except for those with the serious problems and emergency cases. So those are use cases that I can share for the meantime. Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Hazel. And how do we set this up? Like, do they just need a Facebook page? Like, what are the requirements if they want, to avail of YezPo and make it one of their services?
It can be integrated to their Facebook Messenger. At the same time, it can be integrated also with their existing website also. In Chatbot, you need to create or ready all of your predefined questions and answers, and then load it to your Chatbot system. So any missed out informations, it will be assigned to the live support. So it is a real-time online consultation at the same time with regard to your inquiries. So mostly are frequently asked questions. For now, our system is accommodating for the text, and we can also upload images, text, and voice also on our current system.
Oh, that's nice. All right, thanks for that. Good to know. So there you have it, guys. So it's actually not that hard to integrate YezPo. You just need it can be integrated to your Facebook or Messenger page or your website. So give them a call if this is something you would want for your organization. Sure, Marnie.
To add also to Ms.
Sir
Hazel.
Edison pala, sorry. Yes, go ahead, sir.
To add to Ms. Hazel use case also, just recently because of the COVID, we also create a YezPo for the LGUs, wherein they can register the constituents, so provide information, consult to the LGU doctor, something like that. And also we do it in phase 2 for the contact tracing scenario. So this YezPo can do a lot and can be used in some cases. So this is a good example of the new technology that we can take advantage using the machine learning, the one that Sir Marnie is mentioning. Yeah.
Thank you for that. So that's really nice to know, no, na YezPo is really flexible. Usually we just see these chatbots when mostly for retail stores, right? But it's nice to see that you can actually utilize it in many ways, that there are many use cases, and it's not just limited to what we often see on Facebook or on other websites that we go to. So thank you for sharing, Miss Hazel and Sir Edison. So I hope that's a bit more like encouraging for our audience here. And speaking of encouraging, I'd like to encourage everyone to ask us your questions. Again, we still have our panelists, Sir Edison, Miss Hazel, Miss Quina, Athena, and Sir Marnie here with us to answer any of your questions. And while you think of your questions, I'd like to remind you to answer our feedback form. So if you want a more, I guess, a more detailed conversation about your requirements or what VBusiness can do for you, do indicate it there as well. So do we have any more questions from our attendees? Again, feel free to just chat it to us the same way you answered our Fast Fingers questions. Just send it through there and we will receive them. None? Okay, so it's 11:19. We have around 11 more minutes actually to spare, but if there are no more questions, I guess that's it for this morning. So maybe I'll give you a minute or two to anyone who has pahabol questions. But then, so while you do that, we would like to thank VBusiness for presenting this healthcare session this morning. And of course, we would like to thank Marnie for being here as well. Again, we would like to acknowledge our friends from Amazon Public Sector. So we have Delphine and Lillian. Thank you for being here as well. So I think that's it. So that's a wrap, guys. Thank you so much for attending this morning's The Digital Doctor is in session. So again, your feedback is important to us. Please answer the feedback form through this link, bit.ly, and then the date today, which is 10/28/2020, or through the automatic survey that will prompt as soon as you leave GoToWebinar. So again, I'm Lasan. It's been fun hosting and being here this morning. So again, thank you to our entire team. Thank you to you guys especially. We hope you take care and we hope to hear from you soon. Enjoy the rest of your day and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Edison team.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.